Guys, a couple of days ago, I was watching the video of our biggest technical YouTuber. We all know him, we all love him, Gaurav Chaudhary sir, aka Technical Guruji, about the Vivo's new under-screen fingerprint scanner. Well, or you can say that my channel MechHacks is not into the mobile tech business. I don't make mobile tech videos, but I was always keen towards, and I am always keen towards the latest technological things that has been going on in the world. This is the latest technology. So I decided to research a little more about this system in more depth as far as I can do, and what are the insights and how exactly the scanner works and what are the components in the technology. So in this video we are going to unveil all the things related to the sensor, what are the part and how does it actually work. So stay tuned with me guys. This is Jay, you are watching MechHacks, and let's begin. Guys, in this world of mobile advancement, we always want more, whether it's for feature or security. On one hand, we want to see the mobiles to be completely bezel-less, and on the other hand, we also don't want to omit the fingerprint sensor. Well, the technology did place the fingerprint sensor at the back with the arrival of 18:9 screen, but we are humans, we need more. So the next step is to put the fingerprint sensor under the screen, and this became possible, and the company which make it possible is the Synaptic Corporation. They develop a scanner which can work only with OLED screen and can be placed under the display. And the Vivo became the first company to enroll this into their latest phone, I guess X20, which they showcased in the CES 2018. Guys, now this under-screen fingerprint scanner is the next big thing we are expecting on upcoming smartphones of 2018. We are really looking forward to it. It is nothing but an optical fingerprint scanner. To be precise, it is a tiny CMOS scanner. And what is CMOS? To be more precise, it is a complementary metal oxide semiconductor scanner that underlies OLED display of the smartphones. Synaptic is the company which developed it. Actually, Synaptic company was on R&D from 2015 to 16, and after that came up with this fingerprint scanner, which is introduced in the CES 2018 by the Vivo's new phone. Now guys, not getting into the other part, that is how fingerprint works, let's cut to the chase and get into the working of this under-screen fingerprint sensor. Well, this under-screen fingerprint sensor is the model, and the model number is Clear ID FS9500, which works only with the OLED screens. When activated, it uses the panel to illuminate the fingerprint and then processes the beams of light. Well, this Synaptic Clear ID FS9500 under-screen fingerprint sensor, as I mentioned, is a tiny CMOS sensor or device that sits below the AMOLED display assembly and captures the reflected fingerprint between and through the OLED pixels. Synaptic said that captured fingerprint has a very high resolution, but how much they didn't quantify. Now here comes the most interesting part. To make a fingerprint reflect, a part of the screen has to be lit up. So while the device itself only using 80 milliampere, the screen consumes some additional power. That is, just for the area of the finger placement over the scanner or over the screen consumes additional power. The activation of the part is done by the accelerometers and other sensor inside the phones, which turn on the appropriate area on the screen where the finger has to be placed. The activation happens instantly, then it takes 0.7 seconds to scan the fingerprint, match it, grant or deny access, whichever it diagnoses. By contrast, Synaptic says it takes modern smartphone about 1.4 seconds to scan. Guys, now just for an overview, there are two types of fingerprint scanner. First is the capacitive, which we are using nowadays. The capacitive scanner measure our finger electrically. First, get to know about the fingerprint, what is actually fingerprint and how they are distinguished. Actually, every human have unique fingerprint, which is distinguished by two entities. First, it is analyzed for very specific feature called minutiae. where the lines in your fingerprint terminate or split into two. The scanner measures the distances and angles between these features for distinguishing or diagnosing. And the second thing which is important to know about the fingerprint is the ridges and the hollow space. That is like mountain structure. Ridges are like the upheaves, and between the two ridges there is a hollow part. Now the capacitive scanner build up a picture of your fingerprint by measuring these distances between the ridges, and by this it is electrically sends the signal to the processor, and what we are using nowadays is the capacitive scanner. Now here comes the second type of scanner, that is the optical scanner, which is used here. An optical scanner works by shining a bright light over your fingerprint and taking what is effectively called a digital photograph of your hand, of your finger. When you take the SIM card from any store, you have to give your fingerprint to link it to the Aadhaar. Then that scanner is an optical scanner. It's a type of optical scanner. The scanner uses a light sensitive microchip. Here it uses a CMOS image sensor, as I mentioned earlier, to produce a digital image. The computer analyzes the image automatically, selecting just the fingerprint, and then uses sophisticated pattern matching software to turn it into a code which processor can understand and diagnose and give the access of granted or denied anything. Now guys, here comes the most important part of the video, knowing about the composition of this sensor. It comprises of mainly three parts. First is IR filter, second is a piezoelectric element. Now guys, I have an immense desire to explain these two parts too, but if I do so, the video will go a little bit off topic and you will get bored. So let's cut to the chase and get to know about the main sensor, that is the CMOS sensor over here, the last part. And if you want me to cover the function of the first two parts, then let me know in the comment down below. So now get to the part. The CMOS technology has been adopted to design sensor, especially in the field of imaging. Due to wide usage of CMOS based sensor, CMOS sensor are often considered to be a competitor to the CCD based image sensor. Now what is CCD? CCD means not cafe coffee day, it's a charged coupled device. Until recently, CCD dominated most of the image sensing system, but CMOS imaging have emerged as alternative to CCD image. Now let's understand the working of the CMOS sensor quickly. The CMOS sensor divided into mainly three parts. First is the color filter, which is used to project the incident light onto the photosensitive area where the fingerprint is intended to placed. The extra lit up area throws a bright light from every pixel. The second part is the pixel array. In CMOS sensor, each pixel in the pixel array contains its own light. Generally, there are two types of pixel sensors used, that is passive pixel sensor and active pixel sensor. But here in the new Synaptics tech, we see that APS, that is active pixel sensor, is used. Now the ADC takes the analog signal from the light coming after the reflection from the fingerprint after getting pixelate from the pixel array and converts them into the digital signal to be understood by the processor. And the control unit governs and regulates the function of CMOS sensor, ensures the synchronism between all pixels and all the governing activities. So well guys, I know it is in a little depth, it will be typical for many people to understand, but I can't help myself. What we can do, Mech Hacks is all about tech details in the depth, and this is the thing, this is, you can say, the identity of this channel, to give you all the technical details in depth. Guys, that's for all. I hope that you now know about the fingerprint sensor that is being in the latest technology, that is under screen fingerprint sensor, and about the sensor, about the composition. And if you have any queries or suggestion, do write it in the comments. And guys, please tell me in the comments that what is the most important feature of the under screen fingerprint sensor that you are worried about and you think that this might not work, or what are the demerits and merits according to you this fingerprint sensor will face. Please do write it in the comments, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you new to the channel and you like the whole channel, consider subscribing and share with your friends. This is Mech Hacks over and out. Hope you all have a great day, and please press the bell icon